Holy, she is beautiful. My mind, so wiped from an 18-hour flight, holds no memory of this woman. Well, I have a vague memory, but now I realize she's stunning. From her dark hair pulled back in a ponytail to her wide, expressive blue eyes, it's like she was put on this earth just for me to find her attractive. She's truly stunning. She's also, as I understand it, the reason my sister is in such bright spirits. I managed to get past the way I'm instantly smitten with her to say, "Well, now that I see you in action, I understand why my mother hired you." I gesture to Christina. "You know how hard it is to keep this little twerp in line?" "No, I don't," the nurse says, "because she's perfectly wonderful and delightful. I was just thinking about how lucky I would feel if she were my sister. Why, I might spend all day just sitting down and attending to her every whim because she's so perfect." Christina giggles and says, "See, that's what I'm talking about, big brother. Clara gets it. You should learn from her." Clara. Now I remember her name. My mother spoke lovingly of Nurse Clara, and how Christina seemed so much happier and was doing so much better ever since Clara started taking care of her. I smile at her and say, "Clara, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for taking such good care of my sister." Clara blushes a pretty pink and looks down, smiling. God, she's adorable. "It's no trouble," she says. "Christina's amazing. I'm happy to be her friend." "I'm happy she found a friend as amazing as you are." Clara giggles, only briefly, then she catches herself and stops, but it's long enough to remind me how absolutely stunning she is. It also provides compelling evidence to support my suspicion that Clara is a little. I caution myself against assuming that. Plenty of girls are silly and girly and giggly without also being part of the DDLG lifestyle. Most likely, I think of Clara as a little girl only because it's been years since I had a little girl of my own. It doesn't necessarily mean she actually is a little girl. Christina interrupts my thoughts. "When you two are done flirting with each other, I was hoping we could talk about my physical therapy, if that's not too much." I roll my eyes at her and she grins, mischievously. "I have an idea," I say. "I'll just dump you on the floor, and if you want back on the bed, you have to pull yourself up." Clara puts her hands on her hips and she glares playfully at me. "Don't you dare." "You tell him, Clara," Christina calls. I put my hands up in mock surrender, and after pointing a warning finger at me, Clara turns to Christina and starts talking about treatment options. We settle on a plan where the physical therapist will arrive twice a week to work with Christina and Clara, and I can help her with daily exercises. After that's settled, Christina yawns. "I think I'm going to have a nap. Tony, can you give Clara a ride home?" She fixes a knowing look at me as she says this. I catch on just in time and say, "Yes, absolutely. I'd love to." Clara blushes bright red, and she looks so beautiful I can't help but imagine how she would look without her white nurse's jacket, tight jeans, and black t-shirt. 10 minutes later, standing in front of her house, I force myself to smile politely and extend a hand instead of an embrace. "It was nice to finally meet you, Clara. I hope to get to see more of you." "Why not right now?" she asks. I don't answer right away, too surprised to speak, until she opens her door and says, "Won't you come in, Daddy?" I don't have to think about my answer anymore. I stare into her eyes and say, "I would love to, little girl." She smiles and takes my hand to lead me inside. As soon as the door closes behind us, I rush forward and put my lips on hers.